The first ever 12-team college football playoff ranking is out and has the Notre Dame Fighting Irish at number 10. Did the committee get it right? Who is Notre Dame potentially facing off with? And what does this mean for a hopeful Notre Dame national championship run? Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports, breaking everything down. Notre Dame football. We have some big news, folks. First ever 12-team playoff ranking has been released. Now, here's a disclaimer. I want people to understand this so we can have a fun little conversation here. Yes, the rankings will change. Yes, this is not the final. No, this will not matter in several weeks. At the end of the day, the Tuesday following the conference championships, that is when the playoff ranking will officially matter. This is a jumping off point. This is a starting point. This is a level of clarity to just understand how the committee views the teams across college football, obviously Notre Dame included. Notre Dame comes in at number 10, and first and foremost, that means that Notre Dame would be a part of the 2024 college football playoffs, the 12-teamer, the first one in college football history, which is a great accomplishment and a good starting point for Marcus Freeman and this Notre Dame squad. Now, as follows, this is 1 through 12, and we'll break down who Notre Dame will be matching off with and where it is heading for Notre Dame and how this would end if this was the ultimate finish for Notre Dame's playoff scenario. So number 1 to 12, we have Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, Texas, Penn State, Tennessee, Indiana, BYU, Notre Dame, Alabama, and number 12, Boise State. The first two out of the bracket. Coming in at number 13 was the SMU Mustangs. Number 14, a familiar foe to the Notre Dame football team, Texas A&M Aggies. A quick note there, not only is Texas A&M in at number 14, Notre Dame also has defeated the number 22 team in the poll in Louisville, and they'll face off against the Army Black Knights in a couple weeks as well, who will come in at number 25 in this playoff ranking. Just a little quick note there. So in this particular matchup, Notre Dame would face off in the first round with the Penn State Nittany Lions, who would be number 7 in this poll, and Notre Dame at number 10. So number 10 versus number 7. And folks, I said this on Twitter, half jokingly, but fully serious here. I would love this matchup. Why would I love this matchup? One, Penn State's a good brand. I think that it is important that, I think Notre Dame needs a big victory, obviously, on a national stage, but more than anything, a big victory against a good brand in college football, I think would be huge for Notre Dame. The other part of it is James Franklin. And I joke about him all the time, but James Franklin, after his defeat to Ohio State Buckeyes this past week, is now 3-19 in his career at Penn State against top 10 opponents. So Notre Dame, obviously, in this scenario will be a top 10 opponent. James Franklin and his Penn State team is also only 1-7 at home, which would be a home game for Penn State against top 10 teams in college football. So I like Notre Dame's chances in that one, and I would. Now, from there, it gets tough. But it's the 12-team playoff. It's every scenario is going to be tough, whether you are the number 1 seed, whether you are the number 12. Yes, you can have home field advantage in certain scenarios. Yes, you can have a first-round bye in certain scenarios. But overall, Notre Dame, I think, does have a tough task. Because if they beat Penn State, as of today, in this particular scenario, in this hypothetical, Notre Dame would face off against the number 2 seeded Georgia Bulldogs. If they were able to defeat the Georgia Bulldogs, then they would take on the winner of Miami and the first-round matchup of Alabama-Texas. So it would either be Alabama-Miami or it would be Texas and Miami. Notre Dame would fight to win that game and then proceed to the college football playoffs. At the end of the day, you need to win 4 games in the college football playoff to now win a national championship. So either way, these runs to the championship game, no matter what team you are, is going to be long, is going to be daunting. What will the ultimate ending of this college football playoff bracket look like? We'll find out in a few weeks, folks. But Notre Dame gets off to a good start, and I just like to say that we dispelled a little bit of a misnomer out there. I read on message boards, YouTube chats, on Twitter over the last few weeks, and after the week 2 against Northern Illinois, when Notre Dame lost that game, Notre Dame has no chance of the playoffs now. 0 chance. Northern Illinois is a terrible loss. And while it was a bad loss, Notre Dame going 11-1 is going to make the college football playoff. And we found that out to be very true today, as Notre Dame would be a member of the field if the game ended today, or if the season ended today. Folks, I'll be there at Florida State. Make sure to say hello. As always, you all know the deal. Go Irish.